My name is Anthony Garcia. I work for the U.S. Forest Service on the Pagosa Ranger District.
Durango Dispatch, Patrol 6-1.
We've been out doing patrols, looking for abandoned campfires, making public contacts, talking to folks about fire restrictions.
I'm Officer Garcia with U.S. Forest Service.
The reason we're doing the patrols is to ensure that forest users are compliant with our fire restrictions, also to provide that public education about the fire restrictions, what's allowed during the different stages of fire restrictions. So what I'm doing now is just kind of cool trailing just to make sure there's no visible heat, or I'm not feeling any heat. So this fire is obviously good. I don't think they've been building any fires. The one concern I see though is right here underneath the camper trailer. They've got one of those Smokey Joe type barbecue grills which runs off of charcoal. And so this is definitely a camp that we're going to come back to probably later on, maybe in the evening when folks are here, just to make sure that they're not using these charcoal grills. Of course, those aren't allowed now during fire restrictions. So I would say that most people that are not compliant aren't familiar with the restrictions. Either they haven't called in ahead of time, they haven't bothered to educate themselves just to find out whether or not there's restrictions occurring on the National Forest. We see a lot of visitors from out of the area that are new to the area, they're first-time users. A lot of people just don't understand the importance of calling in ahead and checking to see if there's any restrictions in place. The purpose of the fire restrictions are to protect public health and safety due to the elevated risk in wildfire activity and basically current conditions that we're seeing. The conditions are warm, dry, the fuels are dry. There's always a chance that an unattended campfire can cause a wildfire. So we want to ensure that public users enjoy the National Forest, but understand that there is a risk of wildfire based on the conditions that we're seeing. Hot, dry, just the lack of precipitation in general.